I had a wise man tell me, you know, during this pandemic, we either gonna come out of this bitter or better. And you know, I've heard a lot about this COVID-15, and in your book Fast Burn, you know, you just talk about dealing with that. Let's talk about this COVID-15 and how do you deal with that.
Listen, first of all, I understand why people gain a lot of weight during COVID. This has been an unbelievable year and some change for all of us, and it's been very difficult. On my Instagram, I try to put up little things people can do around the house to try to combat the tendencies you're developing during COVID. Little mini workouts, 7-minute workouts. I mean, you work out, but even just doing a 7 or 10-minute workout twice a day, a little bit in the morning, a little bit at night. No machines, full body workouts, those things help. Here's the other part. This is one of the few times in our lifetime that most of us are gonna be home for a long period of time, which means this is the best time to control your food environment. So what you put in your cabinets, in refrigerator, you're in control of it. So if you shouldn't have it, don't bring it into your house. It kills me if people say, well, you know, I have a thing for this, and they load up their cabinet. Well, what do you think you're gonna do? You're gonna go get it when you're stressed out or it's late at night, you know? The other thing you mentioned, you actually were talking about intermittent fasting, by the way, when you said don't eat a certain time before going to bed. You're really doing a form of what's called intermittent fasting. And so in my book, I have some intermittent fasting. The average weight loss, by the way, is 15 to 17 pounds in 9 weeks. That's a lot of weight. But here's the deal. People are losing that weight, but they're doing it by still eating. They're not going hungry. They're eating, you know, 3 snacks, 3 meals a day. They're not working out an hour a day. It's all about doing things in moderation that's approachable and accessible to everybody.
So when you say 3 meals, is that 3 full meals or is that 3?
Yeah, so intermittent fasting basically says you're gonna choose a time of the day called your feeding window where you're gonna eat all your meals and snacks, and then you're gonna choose a time of the day of your fasting window. So imagine this, take 24 hours, and let's say you do a 12-12. That means you're gonna eat for 12 hours and fast for 12 hours. Well, that's easy. Let's say you start eating at 8 o'clock in the morning, so you'll eat all your meals and snacks from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's 12 hours. That's a 12-hour feeding window. Then from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. you fast. No solid food, but you can drink liquids as long as it doesn't exceed 50 calories. That's intermittent fasting right there.
That's clean. So tell me what's the difference between good fat versus bad fat?
Good. By the way, we need fat, just so you know that. Fat is not all bad. We actually need fat. Fat insulates us, it protects us. Our membranes and our cells, they need fat. So when people say fat is the enemy, no, fat's not the enemy. The bad fats are the enemy. So things like trans fats, when you say T-R-A-N-S, trans fats. Never eat anything that says trans fats on the label. In fact, now companies are saying 0 trans fats to let you know it's not in there.
Tell me what product, one product or meal that would have trans fat in it. So
processed cookies. You go to the gas station and you go in there and buy the package of cookies or cupcakes or danishes. They all have trans fats in them. The other name, Jeezy, for trans fats, by the way, is something called hydrogenated oils, or it's called partially hydrogenated oils. And that's the manufacturer's trick for not having to put trans fats, but they're all the same thing. But they trick you because you don't, that's a big word, hydrogenated oil. You don't know what that is. It's a trans fat. So pastries and cookies and stuff, those things typically have it. The other thing I want to say is this. What people have to understand is good fats are the unsaturated fats, the monounsaturated fats, the polyunsaturated fats. So unsaturated good, saturated bad. And in my book, I give you all different types of examples of where to get good fats and what are the bad fats to avoid. But it's not as hard as people think.
I love it.